Hello. Hello, boys, girls, ladies, and gentlemen, children of all ages. I just realized, Five, I think the microphone might have been on my end because I was hearing like a little bit of a vibration too when I was doing the dumpster fire intro. Turn my headphone off and on.
Because you're a bitch, that's why.
No, it's not because I'm a bitch. It's because my headphones decided to derp on me at the last moment. Oh, by the way, speaking of... I mean, honestly, Mara should fix this dumpster fire too.
The bottom half was photoshopped, right? Like someone flew that in a field or something. It wasn't by the stadium, was it? It looked.
I don't know. It looked fake. There was no plane. Like it would have stuck in the middle, but I mean, we'll take a look at it again.
There in the middle.
Yeah, it's like there's a little bit of a cut.
Yeah,
but I always wondered why it was like so obvious that it's stuck in the middle. It always like if it were a plane, it would have just gone slowly over the side.
Yeah. They probably didn't have clearance to fly over fucking.
Oh no, you were getting shot down.
Yeah,
you kidding me?
Yeah, you
like
can't.
That is a federal offense.
And then there was an OnlyFans model apparently that flashed during the kick or during the game, and then the Giants lost after they tried to tie it up. I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, it was like 4th and 10, and Drew Lock like took off for a 30-yard run.
He had to sneak, and I'm just like, oh, dude, they're going to fuck up their own tank. It's so great. And then Brian Brzee became the hero that you did not expect. Graham Gano tried to kick a line drive, and I mean, there are a bunch of Giants fans that are sad and depressed, but let's be real here, man. That was the best case scenario for you guys.
Absolutely. If we would have won that game, I would have been.
You would have dropped a 4th or 5th. Yeah, I would have been mad too. I'd have been like, lol cows. Like, look at what happened with Jacksonville. Jacksonville's not it. Like, them winning's not going to do a damn thing. It probably cost them Travis Hunter. It dropped from 1st to 5th.
Yep. They screwed up by beating the Titans. The Titans ought to be investigated. The Giants ought to be investigated. The Raiders are fucking.
Oh, the Raiders are terrible.
All these teams are so obviously tanking. Like, it's not even a question that they're tanking. They are just laying down like a hooker in a fucking truck stop, and it is fucking ridiculous. Yeah.
This guy, that is every Giants fan.
We got a hunter.
We got hunted. 100 from Michael Orm. Oh man, the man who actually gave us these this Jeebus. Praise the Jeebus. 5 points needs the Jeebus. Oh, you know who really needs the Jeebus? Scooter needs the Jeebus. Oh, dude, we'll get to that later. He needs so much Jeebus. That
was a double 50 for the gritty. And now the Cowboys have messed their tank up so bad. Like,
here's the thing. They weren't trying to tank, though.
But them beating the Giants was so bad for them. You know? Like, now they lose to the Bengals, which puts them in the worst spot. Like, they had to win that game if they wanted to do anything.
Any chance of the playoffs. And it was going to be a long shot to begin with because you had to beat Washington again, and you would have had to win out. But now it's just it's over.
Yeah.
I don't think they're beating the Panthers next week either. I mean, if you look at it that way. Speaking of which, Michael Orm.
They're going to lay down. They're going to lay down to the – I mean – They'll beat the Panthers because
no. I disagree. The Panthers, they've actually been playing all right. The problem is they just have horrible luck.
Yeah,
if it makes a damn catch, that goes to overtime.
Yeah, you're right. But and if they didn't fumble, if Chuba Hubbard didn't fumble against the Bucs,
yep, they would have won that one too.
Yeah, they should have won that game.
If they were able to stop Patrick Mahomes on the final drive, they beat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they tied it up late. But you know what? That game was so rigged because if they would have won that game, the amount of money line bets that would have flipped would have been so fucking like Vegas called that in and was like, no. Don't let them win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you dare imagine the NFL's in cahoots for the sake of money? Really? How dare you insinuate such an upstanding and beloved organization as the National Football League? How dare you insinuate?
And
this?
casinos, casinos were started and are run by such reputable people.
Oh, very reputable people.
So reputable.
Hardworking Italian immigrants. Come on.
Yes. Yeah.
And Michael Orm for a hunt.
Yeah, let's read this.
Yeah, let's do it quick. Speaking of reputable human beings who are in total way not corrupt, Michael Orm. One thing, how about them cow shits? Managed to outbungle the Bungles. I also had to low at the Giants because of the OnlyFans girl. So, fine, tell me about the OnlyFans girl.
So I just found out I didn't know about this, and then I started seeing stuff there, like people were commenting, it's like, Five, nothing about the OnlyFans girl. And I was like, what? And then I looked it up, and apparently, I don't think it's real. She said that a Giants player gave her the tickets to flash the opposing team as a distraction, but she did this at a Trump rally. She's an e-thought, she's an OnlyFans thought, and I think the story's bullshit. I don't think a Giants player gave her tickets, and she just wanted to show her titties off and get promoted, so that she can get some more OnlyFans. At this point, it's if the people who are paying for OnlyFans are the problem. If you're going to pay for some chick to wear socks in a sauna, $400, like you're part of the problem.
Well, more power to those women, I mean, they talked about the girl who made like $44 million
right
on OnlyFans. I don't know if that's real, but the girl looks like she has the face of a 12-year-old. She's probably 18, 19, but still. As I said, hey, if you got a body, flaunt it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
nobody's paying me to go naked. Just put it that way.
No tits.
I got titties, baby. I got man tits, my friend. I got all those man tits. Nobody wants to see that shit, though. They will pay me to not show that shit. That should be my OnlyFans. Like, you pay me $500 or else I'm showing you my boobies.
I'll show you. I'll pay you $500 to see the boobs.
Well, I didn't say to see the boobs. I'm saying not see them. Nobody wants to see that shit.
No player has time to arrange for some thought to come to the game and flash her boobies. Like, this is such bullshit. She's lying. Okay, she's fucking lying. New York was wild, man. You had CEOs getting shot in cold blood in the street, and then the Luigi Mangione. Yep, and everyone's like dunking on this. Like, no one feels sorry for this guy who got shot.
I feel bad for his friends and family. Like, the kids are going to be without a dad, the wife's without a husband, the friends have lost a friend. I'm not going to shed a lot of tears over the guy, but it fucking sucks that he is gone because, let's be real, he's a symptom of a greater cause. That's the problem.
Yeah, and I think I've often said, like, a lot of entities that treat people like shit and step all over them and literally choose for people to die, like, there's no accountability there. And I mean, karma will work its ways. The last thing we need is another angry person on this earth. So, like, when you get mad about something like that, get mad and let it go. But, like, also, I get where I'm not gonna empathize, but, like, the dude,
it
like,
came
he
out of
acted
nowhere.
out. He got it.
Blood.
He got angry. Yeah, he got angry and he acted it out. Most people don't act out on their fantasy. People,
apparently,
I think it's a legit. Go ahead.
There's a lot of different things going on there. Apparently, like, his mother had a bunch of surgeries that got denied by United. Did you hear? Apparently, they created an AI algorithm just to automatically deny a bunch of patients. Like, apparently, United is the worst when it comes to referral denial. Like, they're at like 33% when the average is 15.
Yeah, they're awful. So, like, I'm saying, like, you can't do that shit to people and keep getting away with it. It might not be, that might have been an extreme example, Like maybe he could have just confronted him and filmed it.
They're not going to
You
do
know,
that though.
but
He's not doing it for social media likes. And
yeah,
apparently
I
the
agree.
dude
I'm
had
not
like
one for
he became a
celebrating
hermit and
death.
lost his mind months ago. So
Yeah,
honestly, he
yeah.
might get an insanity plea.
He might.
But it's definitely first degree murder. I mean, the dude premeditated it. He created a 3D gun.
Yeah.
But once again, I mean, at the end of the day, kids have lost their dad, and the kids. How do you feel if you're one of his kids on social media? It's like your dad probably loved you. He was probably a good dad, and now they're just actively both sides are celebrating his death. Like they're trying to claim this as a partisan thing. No. Both left and right are celebrating this shit. From what I've seen.
Yeah. It's just crazy because like it's getting harder and harder to get away with any crime in a major city. Every inch do you know how much footage they had? Like every inch of the streets is on film.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, this will be easy to figure. At least they had a description. They had a look at the guy. They had his face. Like they were like, oh, we're gonna find this guy, and they did.
Yeah. They found him at Altoona McDonald's apparently.
Yeah. That's probably the most embarrassing part of the story is that he was eating at McDonald's. You know, like they could have at least got him at a Panera or something. Make healthier choices, bro. Like
sometimes you just have that hangover. You just need that quick hash brown and like an egg McMuffin. Sometimes that
he was clearly distraught. The other thing was like he was in like an agitated state. Like he knew he had fucked up. So why don't you read some supers while I set this up? I know we took the mood down a little bit, but it was something that happened.
It's a weird situation. We've had a lot go on. Syria's regime's been toppled. Assad's in Russia. You know, the Steelers are going Super Bowl, and the Giants are definitely in the Giants. And dude, Scooter if he tries anything to try and make this an optimistic segment, I'm just going to smack him down. That was a devastating week for the Cowboys, not just for the loss, but for several other reasons too. Joseph Naharian, 5 at least as reason for optimism after the Mets signed Juan the Soto sweepstakes. Yeah, that too. As for me, the Yankees signed Max Fried, so I'm pretty happy now. 5, we need to get your opinion on this, man. Happy Mets fan, or do you think they paid too much?
Listen, number 1, it's not my money. Number 2, it's Juan freaking Soto, right? Like he was the best free agent available. He's won a World Series. He just went to a World Series. He sent his team to the World Series with a huge home run. He's clutch as fuck. He's the guy that you want, and they got him. So the Mets still have a bunch of issues. They need more starting pitching. This is a team that made the NLCS. And they were 2 games away from the World Series. And you know what happened? They got outrun by the Dodgers. Yeah. But now we have Juan Soto. I'm excited, obviously. I'm excited. And yes, Mr. OU 415. It's so hard to read. Mr. 415. Yeah, Uncle Steve was not going to get outbid by Hank. Like Hank Steinbrenner eventually just backed off because he knew he didn't have the cash. And finally, there's a player that makes more than that OnlyFans model.
Mm-hmm. And not just that. Apparently, the reason was because an overzealous security guard was like denied a family member access somewhere like one time. And I'm like, yeah, that's totally the reason.
You mean George Costanza?
Maybe. The thing is, what happened was it's $4 million less a year. That's why. It just got outbid.
I mean, nobody else wanted him. I mean, nobody else was going to go to 50 million a year.
Yeah, like my thinking is with like you see like those eBay auctions where you keep one-upping, you're one-upping, and you're way above what you should be, but you're already way deep in the hole. You don't want the FOMO, so you keep upping and upping, and then someone just gives up. That's what happened.
Ooh, who's the Raiders level trash?
Oh, they mega trash. Aero Flambe finally got a new job part-time, but money's money. Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. Yeah, he sent a couple care packages our way. Vincent.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, brother.
Money is money.
Yeah, money's always money, man. You got to get paid. Ghost Dog 814. It's been over a month since the accident I was in. My family managed to get a 2022 Suburban as a replacement, and I'm now hoping to put this behind me. I agree. Dude.
Yeah.
I hope things go well.
Dude, I hope it gets better, man. That sucks. I'm sorry that happened.
Like I said, I've been in car accidents before. No major injuries, but it does rattle.
That happened to my best friend. He's been rear-ended twice, and it ruined his back, and he's never been the same since. He can't exercise. He's gotten, out of shape because of it. Like he's
because
been
of the
depressed.
injuries.
Yeah, and it's not his fault. It's just his back has been fucked. Like it's like if you're careless and you just fucking run into someone, like fucking pay attention.
As I said, I got sideswiped driver's side. Car ran a red light. Fortunate thing was he was like hitting like 25 miles per hour in impact. So fortunate thing was that side airbags went off. I had no injuries. I had maybe like a stiff neck for a day and a little nick on the shoulder, but otherwise no injuries. But like different scenario, a little faster, a little forward. I'd have been in a Milwaukee hospital that night. So honestly, it's like that's the way I see it. It's like whatever. I can replace the car. I have the warrant. I have the deed. I have the title. I'll just get a rental car. It's a pain in the ass, but it's like whatever. I have my health.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. Ooh, Jacobs 893. The Giants need Jeekbus. 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 Do the Giants pay him? No. Honestly, you know who needs to pay him? The Jets. Sam Darnold reunion.
Yes, I would love to see that. I would
because
love to see that.
That's the problem is he's probably the best quarterback on the market.
Yeah, that unfortunately in terms of free agent, and he was a has-been when he was like people called him retread Sam Darnold.
Second time they've done this too, Case Keenum.
And
then Case Keenum immediately went back to his backup form.
Yeah. Maybe there's something in the Minnesota air that makes average quarterbacks good. All right, one more super and then we'll get going.
Jack Danaher, Madden PS2 graphics are better. Is this than The Simpsons?
Maybe, or is he talking about our intro? Our
it could be
intro.
that. Well, it could be that.
Yeah.
I mean, our
the
intro
Simpsons game was hard to watch.
It was just a bad game in general. It was just poor.
It was weird though. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
It's uncanny. It's like the Toy Story game. The Simpsons do not translate well to 3D. They never have. Because it's just like we got another hundo from Justin Ziegler. Oh my goodness. We need to bring out the Jeebus. You know what? We'll do all that big old gritty for 5. He's doing the money dance today. He gets to feed his children. I know he's doing fine, but still. Jeebus for everyone. Honestly, what you should do is punish Mr. Scooter Magruder for the sake of Jeebus.
Yeah.
Treat, I know we play on Sunday and Eagles fans can be a pain, but good luck Sunday and hope our teams do well. Unlike Penn State. Penn State fans, this is why we never trust you, let alone like you. Talk shit and got humbled. Love it. Also, Franklin is 3-19 versus the top 10. The problem is with James Franklin, like they just got outgunned by Oregon. Their defense couldn't do anything. And then he throws like a one-on-one go route on a final drive. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then Drew Allers good into the player. Like honestly, if you dropped to like 5th or 6th, Drew Aller would probably be a good pick for you guys. He looks solid.
They want Cam Ward. They want Cam Ward so bad.
Cam Ward's more of a project, though, from what I hear.
Yeah, they think he's Caleb Williams, though. That's the thing. They scouted him. I don't know. Let's see who they pick. It'll be interesting. I don't know if Shador is that NFL ready.
The thing, Cam and Shador, I think, need development and time because they're more like just raw clay that just need developed. If you go to the wrong system, they're screwed. I'd say probably Drew Aller might be the most NFL-ready quarterback, which is sad to say.
Gosh, you know what they said that what's his name? Bo Nix. They said Bo Nix was not all that great. He was a project. And look at what he's doing.
If you look at his analytics, he's below average.
Yeah, stat-wise, but he's winning games. Maybe Sean Payton has some. If you have the right coach, I think Dable can work with anyone that they bring in.
True. But, I mean, he did revive Josh Allen, but I think the problem is I don't know if he finishes the year or last just because like how everything's just gone sideways. That's the problem.
Bring him back.
I don't think they should be fired, but I don't know Mara.
Yeah.
Like I'm just glad nobody's
Judge.
I'm glad nobody's
not a Joe
fired.
Judge.
Yeah. It's not because Joe Judge got himself fired. after those like final press conferences. It's like, dude, you can't bring this guy back.
Yeah.
Speaking of Joe Judge, I got to bring this out for the whole thing right now. I had to. I'm sorry, dude. I had to. I mean, that pretty much is your team.
When they lined up, I was like, are we really going to fucking tie this game and send it into overtime so that we could lose in overtime? And then they missed the kick. And I was like,
that's a very
like, I wasn't upset. Like, I wasn't upset. Like, that's sad that I need my team to continue to lose. Like, right now, they're in the number 2. Like, we haven't had a number 1 overall since Eli. And when they had that, when they had to trade up for it for one thing. And then number 2, I mean, technically he was drafted by the Chargers and then they traded for him.
Giants drafted Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Because remember, the whole thing was they thought the Giants would draft Roethlisberger.
Yeah. But they made the deal and, Eli changed the fortune of the franchise. And so I don't know if they even have a guy. That might be the thing. They might not want anyone in this draft. And they'll be starting all over again with another shitty quarterback if they manage a number 1, you got to get that right. And the Panthers are finding out that Bryce Young has gotten better, but I don't know if he was worthy of a 1-1.
We'll see. I mean, it's the return in general is going to be tough because you gave up Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, and several other first-round picks. So that's your problem. Bryce Young is definitely improving. He probably has best game as a pro in this past game. But the problem is, like, does he have further upside or is he just like a potential starter? That's the issue.
I don't know. I'm just impressed that he's 5'10", and he doesn't look 5'10" out there, but like he's not a big dude and he just does amazing things when he has time. So I got to root for a guy who's like what's funny is him and Stetson Bennett are the same height, but Bennett looks so small. Like
it's probably
Bryce Young,
the width.
Yeah. Bryce Young doesn't look like a little dude. Kyler Murray looks like a midget and he's listed at like 5'10". So it's weird. I guess Bryce Young may be 5'10" and like 3/4 or 7/8 or something. He's almost 5'11".
Yeah. So here's the thing. Like Stetson Bennett is your 5'11". Bryce Young is my 5'11". Because you say you're 5'11", you are not 5'11".
I'm I think I'm like 5'10" and 7/8. Like but with shoes on, like whenever I go to the doctor, whenever I get measured, I'm 5'11". You know what I'm saying? Like
I did without shoes. I was technically 5'11" last I measured. So
yeah, but I'm also older and I'm shrinking like every day. So I'm gonna continue to get like you're probably 5'11" and 3/4. Like you're a tall 5'11". I'm 5'10" and 7/8, but it doesn't make sense to split hairs. I'm fucking 5'11". Okay. Anyways, Packers Lions.
Ooh. Big game on the NFC North front. I remember Tom talking all that shit on Clickbait Sports about, Packers are going to win.
I thought the Packers were going to win.
I had the Lions winning because I just feel like it was just one of those moments where it's like, okay, they're probably going to gut out a win, grind it out, walk-off field goal by Jake Bates. And that's what I mean. The 4th down conversions worked for Dan that time. There was one where he did flop, and that was going for it on his own 30. I wouldn't have agreed with that. My personal belief is I would have gone for it on the 4th and 1 on the final drive, though. Because think of it this way. Your defense is destroyed by injury. You're down to Quan Alexander and Jamal Adams. You pretty much have insurance agents and car salesmen on that defense. They weren't making another stop. So I get why they did it.
Yeah. It was a good game, though, for a Thursday night game.
Because they were allowed to rest for a week.
Yeah.
That's why.
Now the Lions have 10 days off. And or do they have a bye?
No, all buys are gone. These were the last of the buys.
Gone.
So we are down to the final 4-game stretch.
Wow. And the Giants will lose them all. Steelers, Browns. This was a game. Kadarius Toney had been signed. Kadarius
Toney. Were you so happy to see Kadarius Toney fuck up for another team?
Oh my
I certainly
God,
was.
Yes.
It
Was he
wasn't just
signed like right before the game or something?
He was
like
signed
that?
he was on the practice squad. I didn't realize he got bumped up for the game because I was streaming the game this week. I'm like, oh, Kadarius Toney. Apparently, I said I hope he fumbles, and he fumbled, and he did the final fumble and the muff, and it wasn't just that. He had a really careless personal foul penalty where he just randomly just threw a football at Ben Skoranek, just let it drop, and he penalized his team for 15 yards. They just cut him today, which
yeah.
I am not shocked by that. It's like, well, thank you for being shit, Kadarius. We'll take it from there. The Browns did a really good job of just imploding on themselves because it was relative. I mean, the Steelers were the better team, but I mean, the Browns just undid themselves at every end. Dustin Hopkins sucks, and Jameis Winston keeps throwing picks. So
yeah, it's hard to watch the Browns. They weren't really in that game, but that punt return, had he not muffed it, would have helped. They could have made it a 1-score game.
Yeah, the punt return sealed the win. That muff sealed the win.
Yeah, it basically was it was like a Hail Mary that got caught.
Yep.
They just advanced the ball because of Kadarius Toney. To me, that's the most unacceptable thing that you can do is muff a punt. It's such a disrespect to the defense that just worked their ass off to get a stop, and then you selfishly think that you can return it or something, and then you just muff the punt.
Misjudged it. That's what happened because he had to run back to his own 20, and then he misjudged it. Oh, falls through his hands. Gunner's optimistic. That's it. So that's Kadarius ass Toney.
All right, where do we put the Steelers? Are they a Super Bowl contender?
They're at least division. I want to say Super Bowl so bad. But this next week against Philadelphia, put them in Super Bowl. Dude, this is going to be a big game. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. I'm not being biased. I hope we beat fucking Philly. I can't stand that fucking team. And I love their talent. It's just, God, there's something just infuriates me about them.
But I
just want them to suffer.
Since we put them in the Super Bowl tier, here we go.
They might legitimately be going to the Super Bowl. I'm not even joking. Dude, that's incredible. Dude, this is fucking awesome. To the Intermobile!
That shit is funny every fucking time.
Hey, it's glorious. Bring out the... Yeah, that's what I wanted to throw out. The e-begging's working, 5. You're getting your money.
You are getting your money's worth out of these gritties, boys.
Dude, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to your workout in general.
Out of these shitty-ass gritties. The shitty gritty. It's not 50 for the gritty. It's shitty. 50 for the shitty gritty.
And I see you out there. I'm not wiping my tears with this terrible towel. I'm wiping. Honestly, you're going to need this for your tears. I'm going to convert you, motherfucker. You know this. Draft for 100 bones. Thank you, brother. Early Christmas gift to you guys. The Falcons don't make me happy, but hopefully I can make others feel better. Good luck in the season tree. Good luck in the draft 5, dude. I raised one to your Falcons, dude. I really thought this was going to be the year they finally did something, but Jesus Christ, they're terrible.
Fucked up. Kirk Cousins is bad. Fucking, you drafted Michael Penix, right?
Your defense is a mess. I don't know what D. Alfred's doing back there, because there were a couple plays where it's what the hell is your secondary doing?
And that's a team that wants to win. Arthur Blank is I'm gonna fucking die. Can you please win at least a division for me? You guys fucked the Super Bowl up. At least fucking win this division or some shit. Make me go to my grave, knowing that I left you in a good spot, and they just keep getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
Did they miss Arthur Smith yet?
Raheem Morris, I don't know, man. They still want to start Kirk Cousins. But here's my problem. We were all stunned when they drafted Michael Penix. This is the scenario why you drafted Michael Penix. So either they're so stubborn they don't want that sunken cost fallacy, or Michael Penix is having some really bad practices and is nowhere near ready.
you can't bench Cousins. You paid him all that money. It's the Deshaun Watson paradox. It's like
Yeah,
you
but
brought him in.
As I said, Cousins is to the point where they only run off to the right because he can't push off his left foot.
Yeah.
Coleman had mentioned that. I know it mentioned as well that they only were very predictable on their offense. Like, it's because Cousins, his Achilles hasn't fully healed. He's limited. He's not what he was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. They can only run to the yeah, Coleman said that. It's insane. And that's the type of film analysis that if Brett Coleman can figure out, the rest of the NFL has figured it out. I'm not saying that's not an insult to EJ and Brett. Like, if Brett, there's guys whose job who are making $500,000 a year to figure that shit out, and Brett,
they figured that out.
He's figuring out from his couch.
Like, they already recorded it. It's like, run to the right, run to the right. They realize they're not running to the left. It's like, okay, so we're not going to blitz from the left. We're just going to blitz from the right. Or we may do an occasional blitz to the left, and we think there's going to be a pass. That's the reality of it.
Yeah, they know
they have a really good run blocking tackle in Caleb McGarry, but that's not the only reason why they're running to the right.
Yeah, you tip any pitch in any level of sports, you tip your pitch, and you're going to get punished for that.
Oh, yeah.
These athletes are so good at picking up tendencies. Like, that's their job. And they're there because not only are they athletic freaks. Like, remember when Uche would talk about it, he was so smart in the game of football. And that's how you have to be to make it in the sport.
They've studied for years.
Giant dumbass. Even Gronk was a dumbass. He'd always be like, what play am I running to?
Gronk was a tremendous run blocker. He was one of the best run blocking tight ends of all time.
Yeah, but in space, he also had really good instincts. Like, he would know when to cut or to fade or to break off his route. He wasn't they might not be book smart, but they know football.
Oh, yeah, because they've studied it for years. Like, that's their craft. If you look at someone like Travis Kelce, everyone's just like, oh, how does he get so wide open? Because he has innate instincts. He has 20, 25 years of experience of playing tight end and knowing the soft spots of his own defense. Like, that's a skill in and of itself.
Yeah, I mean, for someone who acts like an idiot, Jameis Winston has a high football IQ. He just fucking throws into.
I don't know about high football IQ. The problem is,
he knows what he's supposed to do. He just fucking does the wrong thing anyways. Like, that's not
good football IQ. The problem is, like, if he didn't have the turnover problem, he might be in Canton because he has everything else. That's the problem.
Do you know who's one of the smartest people when you listen to him talk is Cooper Kupp. Like, he fucking knows football. Him and he just knows where he's supposed to be. Nakua too.
He asked to study with Stafford and Kupp, and it helped him out tremendously.
I think this was Jamarcus Russell who scored the 4 on the one.
No, that was Vince Young.
Vince Young, that's right. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Vince Young was a take off and run guy. He was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna run.
Yeah, I said, like, who reminds me of Vince Young? Anthony Richardson. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from Vince Young.
Oh shit! All right, we got to do so. Where did we put?
Brownies. They're mega trash.
Yeah, they are mega trash. Saints and Giants. Oh, we got our games happen simultaneously, back to back in chronological order. The Saints are football hell. Well, they're regular trash because that's the new football hell too. Yeah. Actually, you know what? We'll just change this to football hell because
that's
Tank Bowl is one above.
They really are in football hell because Derek Carr might be out for the rest of the year. They're screwed. Like, those extra wins are just going to be. They might get to 6-11, but at this point, they're done. Like, they're not winning anything with Spencer Rattler or Jake Heenan. They were still having trouble against the Giants defense with Derek Carr.
What do we do about tanking? Like, is there a system to stop the tanking other than relegation? Like, what
draft lottery?
What? But that makes it worse too. Like, teams tank for the draft lottery, and you know what the problem with the draft lottery? It doesn't make it any better. It encourages multi-year tanking instead of like it's. This tanking's got to stop, but there's nothing other than relegation.
The problem is they can't do it because the injury attrition's just so vast in the NFL. I think that's the problem. And the NFL wants to expand to 40 teams. I don't know if you even have the talent for 24 teams right now, just with how wrecked everybody is.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, you're right. But there's no shortage of guys that want to play. They're just not
Yeah, but the problem is they're
freakish
not
athletes.
talent. That's the problem. Like you're getting dudes like who play in beer leagues.
I don't know about that.
Pseudo beer leagues. Like
there'd be more guys who are on the couch that would come back and they would get run over. Like you would see the better teams would beat up on the shitty teams, and then it would be. I don't know.
Like if you or I are going back out there, we're getting fucking decked on the first play. Let's be real here.
Yeah, they would be like, look at this bitch.
It's like, look at this fat fucking sack of shit. I bet he can't even bench 250. Boom, done.
You know, it's crazy. They want 8 more teams. They want a 40 league team NFL, right?
Yeah.
And that would be, gosh, are there 400 more players in this that are NFL caliber in this world? No, that's crazy. They need a 40 team league, but with 8 relegated teams. That's what they need.
All right. For whatever reason, my camera just turned off, so I had to reset.
Yeah, they need 8 junior teams. That would work.
They need like a minor league football, like a feeder. But the problem
is those teams could get elevated to the NFL if these other teams fucking.
They're never going to do that though. That would be just that would rely on owners being accountable. They'll never do it.
Yeah. All right. The Giants are in the tank bowl. They're not. They're headed towards the tank bowl. All right, now Jets, Dolphins, and then we'll read some more super. This is so.
The Dolphins, they're somehow still alive.
Are they wild card or are they football?
No, they're football hell. They're football hell.
Yeah,
they're 6-7. They're behind the Colts because they lost to them. So there is that. But the problem is, like, they have a tougher schedule coming up. If you look at the Colts schedule, they are a terrible team, but their schedule is terrible. Because if they beat Denver, and I don't think they will, but if they beat Denver, they have the Titans, Giants, and Jags. The Colts could make the playoffs, which is hilarious, but it's fucking terrible.
There's so many
Colts
bad
suck.
teams
They're so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I would love it because it's fucking hilarious.
The Jets are fucking tanking, but I don't think
trash.
they're going to make
the Raiders
tank.
Trash. They're Raiders trash.
I don't think they're going to make it into the tank bowl because they're going to win. Like, let's see. Aaron Rodgers is not going to let them lose. Who do the Jets have next? They have the Jaguars, so they're going to beat the Jaguars.
They're going to win that one. They have the Rams, the Bills, and the Dolphins. So they'll win at least one. They might win 2 if the Dolphins.
They might beat the Dolphins. Yeah, the Dolphins might lay down on the last game of the year.
Yeah. Just watch them beat the Bills randomly or some shit.
Let's bring Tim Boyle back in as our DEI hire.
Hey, Tim Boyle is yours, man. He's yours.
Yeah, he's on the practice squad though. He can be signed from any practice squad. All right, let's get through some snooper checks.
So yeah. Connor Akers, the Chiefs and Steelers give me vibes of press your luck legend Michael Larson. Dude, I can't wait for Christmas Day. The battle of the bullshit is going to be very real.
Oh, is that the guy that figured out how to time the press your luck? And then I think that's who it is.
I don't know.
Press your luck, Michael Larson. I think that he figured out a glitch in the game, and then he won like all this money, and like he won $110,000, and then he figured out no whammies, and then he just stopped, and he was like he got so good at it, like he figured out that he needed to make it look less obvious. Yeah, he memorized all the patterns at home. It was like, because back then it was like an 8-bit system, like you could hack it.
Well, you can hack it, or you can just like manipulate it to like it. Because the thing is, with those sort of things, it's not about just guessing; it's finding a way to break the code. You find a way to like.
He found the pattern, and he knew when to hit the buzzer that it would land on the bonus every time, and he fucking just did it. Yeah, he memorized the entire game. He figured out the patterns. He knew exactly, and he timed when, like, he even practiced at home when to hit the button. He was a fucking genius, dude. Like, he was like, he He won $110,000 in one show. I remember watching that show and I was like, "Whoa, fuck! He keeps hitting the 5,000. Like this guy's the luckiest fucker on earth." But he fucking rigged the game, and I respect it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you can
everything's
rig
rigged
it, more power
against
to you.
Yep.
No rules X. Perna cursed the Green Bay Packers. Perna curses
Yeah, he
everyone,
did.
dude.
Yeah, he does. He's a curse.
Just watch him curse the Broncos next.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Albert, the Dark Stains Browns certainly effed up with the Kadarius Toney. Q, whitest know you kids, Abe Lincoln thing. Oh, yeah. Oh,
yes.
They're
Do you have
always
it?
good at fucking that shit up. Oh, you know I do. I just need to find it real quick. Here.
No,
Oh, that's not it. The problem is these all blend into each other.
Yeah,
I'm trying
I know.
to find it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. You have fucked up now. Now you fucked up. 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 Now you have fucked up.
Could you imagine when they wrote that skit? They were just like, look, Abe is just going to tell him that he fucked up for like 5 minutes. And they're like, all right.
It could have been
just
improv.
became comedy. Yeah, it could have been. It could have just been improv, but it's such comedy gold. So good. So good.
You have fucked up now. Low Brownie 826.
Anybody? Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Grossi, the Lions are inevitable. Also, Hutch might come back for the NFC Championship game, but don't get ahead of ourselves. Got to make it there first. By the way, that Soto deal was worth the whole DOE.
Yeah, dude. I listen, it wasn't my money, dude. I'm just happy that someone's getting paid more than Summer, whatever her name is, or
The girl looks like she's 12.
who's the OnlyFans model? If y'all know the who makes 40 million.
I know the face. I don't know the name. As I said, that's why the face is like this girl's like 18. She looks like she's 12.
Sophie Rain, that's it.
Sophie
Sophie
Rain.
Rain.
All
Yeah.
right.
If you give her money, you're part of the problem. But you can spend your money however you want. If you want a simp for a chick, I mean, she does have great tits, but good for her.
Yeah. Hey, as I said, if you have the power, flaunt it. Urban Alvarado for 10. First GG to LA Galaxy for the 6th title won. I attended the MLS Cup final in Dignity Health Park in Carson, also known as StubHub Center, former Chargers home. Red Bulls got down 2-0, but even a goal to half it was not enough. Sad, though, on my end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, GG's to the Galaxy. Unchained America. D. Alfred wins the DF Slam the Penis in the Car Door Award.
I slam my penis in the car door. You slam your penis in the car door.
And Nick Kovac, as an Altoona area resident, the main discourse is that he should have gone to the Popeyes across the street because no one there would have ratted. Yeah, he got ratted out by a McDonald's employee, and he might not even get the reward money.
Yep. McDonald's a bunch of snitches. Yep. Mm-hmm. Of course they're gonna back out on the reward money. That's
Like, $60,000? No, you mean $60 in Monopoly money? Yeah,
Yeah. Then there'll be another CEO that gets gadded. Mm-hmm.
exactly.
And then
The simple
instead
thing
of
is
deny, depose, deject, it'll say, "Where's my reward money?"
No, the reality is, the whole meme. Now they can literally say it. Put the fries in the bag, buddy.
Yep.
Literally, put the fries in the bag.
Put the fries in the bag.
Kyle Rivas for 20. As a Saints fan, I'm happy we won, though I can't lie. The game was absolute shit, but a win's a win. However, Clint Kubiak should be fired. This was his worst play calling, and he's been frustrating and inconsistent as our OC.
How do you manage to only score 14 points?
That's my problem. Like, I don't think the Saints are good, and especially without Derek Carr, I think they're doomed.
Yeah,
Derek Carr was the only reason why they were doing it. Yeah, they did. They had him back for a couple weeks. He got injured. But the problem is, like, they have the Commies, the Packers, the Raiders, and the Bucks. Like, they might go 1-3, probably 2-2, but they're done.
Getting a promotion at McDonald's is like kissing your sister. It's not good for anything.
Honestly,
it's like, now you get to work the register now. You're not on fries anymore. Congrats.
Oh, so it's like coming to America. It's like now I get to work the
Yep.
register, then I get
Yep.
on fries, then on burgers, and that's
Then
when
I'm
the
making
big
the
bucks start
big
coming in.
Yeah. It's Louis Anderson too.
Oh,
That guy
yeah.
was fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm.
That's when the big bucks start rolling in, man.
Mm-hmm. That's when
Put the fries
big
in the
bucks
bag.
start rolling in. Mhm.
Crew Kid 52. So I went to the Giants Saints game on Sunday. My birthday was Saturday, and I got tickets. And I have never seen a more perfect example of an exercise in painful futility. It sucked, and I was sad. Oh, you got tickets to the Giants Saints game? That person must have hated you. I would confront them immediately.
Yeah. How much did they pay you to go to the game? That's what I want to know. That's like, did you see how little people were in the stands in a 14-11 game where they had a chance to tie it? The entire place was empty by the time that Graham Gano was kicking that ball because they were like, oh, fuck, these fuckers are going to win.
It's
Like-
cold out. They suck. And let's be real. Nobody gives a shit about this year's Giants. They're a bad team.
Yeah. And you know what? If they would have won, the headline in the New York Post would have been "Can't even tank right." They had no
Exactly.
like they're a fucking dumpster fire. I just do love that that they chose the name dumpster fire on the movie. Nothing says I'm rich enough to criticize John Mara, but not rich enough to buy my own sports team, like a banner criticizing John Mara. Maybe Steve Cohen bought that.
Yeah. That is
don't know.
juxtaposed, by the way, because it seems like they probably had it above and then they recorded
Yeah.
it below. That's probably
Could
what
Steve
happened.
Cohen buy the Giants? That would be so.
No. He's not buying the
Mets
Giants.
are-
The Maras are not for
Mets-
sale.
The Mets are going to be like average to start the year, and then hopefully they'll get better. But like, if they are just even slightly like, they better fucking rake next year, or they fucking Daddy Cohen is going to be mad as fuck.
Oh, dude,
They still
Little
have to
Mets
get-
will go
what's-
wild. It'll be
they
like
have to get the
2022
pitcher.
all over again.
Who's the new pitcher? Who's the Japanese pitcher that just
Roki
posted?
Sasaki?
Yes, they need to sign Sasaki too. If only Soto was also Japanese, that would do it.
Well, I mean, Soto, it does sound like a Japanese name.
That's right.
Just say Junichi Socho.
Yeah, Junichi Soto.
Musical no texter. Thinking about Mike Leach's rant about the CFP committee a few years ago. That's a classic. You know, we need a committee for things. You know, just
You can't complain when it's 12 teams, okay? Like, it's 12 teams. Like, be better than one of the other 12 teams. And Alabama, I know you got screwed because Notre Dame should not be in that fucking tournament because they haven't played anyone. But
Well, they lost to
Alabama
Northern
don't lose
Illinois.
3 games.
well, the problem is
Alabama-
like that's why I didn't want to expand, because Notre Dame and Penn State are going to get in. They're going to get exposed in the first round like they always do. That's why I was against expanding, because they're pretenders. They always have been.
Yeah,
They're
well,
those people. They're those like upper middle class people that get themselves in debt to their eyeballs to assume the appearance of being rich.
Mhm.
That's Penn State and Notre Dame.
Yeah. And then when they die, their kids can't even afford their funeral because they're so in debt.
Yeah, they inherit all their debt. MKI Sports, don't force me to huff all the hopium, Rams, please. Dude, that was a great game by the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll do one more and go back. Ghost Dog 814. Also, in other somewhat football-related news, a high school football coach won the Baton Rouge mayorship. Yep, a Republican beat out a long-standing Democrat.
Wow, that's crazy.
Definitely so.
Politics in Louisiana is crazy. They go back to the old school methods there. I wouldn't want to live in Louisiana. It's
Well, I mean,
crazy.
Well, here's the trade-off, 5. You would get really fucking good seafood.
Uh-oh.
Absolute mess of a country. Did we get another? Oh, my God. You son of a bitch. You filthy animal. Praise the Jeebus. The Jeebus. All the Jeebus.
Another hundo.
Yes,
America checking in.
Oh, poor America. They're in fucking shambles.
Early Christmas.
Merry-
Do you guys even see my tree back there? I set up the tree.
Ooh, I have
Oh,
my
wow.
tree's actually set up in the living room. So
That's my sad little tree.
hey, I didn't have a tree
Tiny.
until last year, dude. So it's all
Mhm.
good. I might show off my tree someday. It's a
Okay.
very basic bitch tree.
How tall is it?
It's I'm trying to think. It's like 12 inches, 12 feet.
12 inches? You're packing 12 inches of tree?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all the tree, man. It's hey,
I
big
don't think
things
you
come in
know.
small packages.
I don't think you know how big 12 inches is. Okay.
Hey. Don't judge. Merry over the Xmas, fellas. I await the day we're delivered from the McCaskey family thunder and their listless, spineless, dickless, heartless ownership and gee golly, Welliker's leadership. Not one of them has the fortitude to do the right thing. America is in holy war.
I get what he's saying. The fortitude to do the right thing is to die, right? Like,
Very true.
and Virginia Hollis McCaskey will not die. And
Nope.
I'm not rooting for anyone to die. I'm just saying her and George Jr. are trouble because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have any decision making, but
Well, she's like 100.
yeah. And George Jr. though, he's just fucking he doesn't know what he's
He
doing
don't
either.
give a shit. He's just he was a guy in charge of ticket sales,
Yeah.
and it shows.
Keeping Eberflus was like the
Because
dumbest
they got
thing
cheap.
ever.
That's why. It's like they saw like that random streak they went on at the end of the year. Like, oh, we can keep him. Nope.
Yeah. Has anyone seen Virginia McCaskey lately? Mm-hmm.
Maybe she fused with Sister Jean and is consuming her soul.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe Sister Jean's still around.
Yep. Still kicking.
Talk about the longevity.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Virginia McCaskey is an eternal. All right. Let's go to the next game. We got a lot
Yes.
to catch up on.
We've got, we're way behind. In another tank bowl, the Jaguars and the Titans. The Titans man down and lost this game, fucking up the Jaguars tank. The Titans are now in the tank bowl, and the Jaguars are in football hell because they're not they cost themselves another top.
They cost themselves Travis Hunter. And the problem is they blew it with a tank, and that was just some bad football. And the problem is Doug Peterson don't care. He wants to keep jobs. So
do they get to play the Titans again? No, they have the Jets,
No.
so they'll lose that game. They
you
get
have
the
to remember,
Raiders.
too-
Oh, that's a tank bowl.
Oh,
Sunday,
Jags
December
Raiders. That is a
22nd.
super tank bowl, man.
We're gonna have to stream
that.
that.
That is a legendary tank bowl. Well, I won't be able to. I have a Christmas party. But
Okay. I might stream that.
dude, do what you gotta do, man.
Titans Jags though, December 29th. That could be a tank.
That is another super tank bowl.
Mm-hmm. And then in the final week of the
And
season,
the Jags Colts should be a tank bowl.
Yeah, Jags Colts. It could, but the Colts keep winning too much.
Yeah,
You know?
they keep they get drunkenly stumbling. It's like, oh hey, win.
There's
So-
no real good tank bowls on the last day of the season. So the number one pick should be decided by the week 17.
We'll see. I mean, Raiders and Giants could be tied.
Ooh, that could be interesting. I could simulcast those. They haven't determined the time. I hope they play at the same time. But that game's in Las Vegas, so that'll be a 4:30 game.
Yep.
If it's Raiders Chargers. If they could push the Eagles game to 4:30, we could have consecutive simultaneous tank bowls. Come on, you know what to do. You know what to do, Roger. Flex the game. Put it in prime time. Put the tank bowl in prime time.
Yes, sir.
All right. Falcons, Vikings. Vikings absolutely shit fuck the Falcons. They are.
Vikings are wild card because they are in the Lions. That's the problem.
Yep. Yeah. And the Falcons are what? Football.
They're
hell?
mega trash. Put them in mega trash. They're fucking
Mega
terrible.
trash.
They are such a bad team, dude.
Yeah,
They've lost 4 in a row. They had the division right there, and they're gonna piss it away.
Mm-hmm. And then Panthers, Eagles. The Panthers are tanking. They're in the tank bowl contention.
They might be football hell because
Ooh,
they have
yeah.
lost
They're
a
gonna
lot
win.
of unlucky games, and
Mhm.
they're 3-10, but they're a deceiving 3-10.
Yeah, they
And
should
the
be
Eagles are
5.
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
It should be like 5 or 6 wins.
yeah.
The Eagles are a Super Bowl, unfortunately.
Eagles and Lions in the NFC Championship game, and all of us will be rooting for the Lions. All of us. All of us.
Oh yeah.
Raiders, Bucks. Raiders are tank bowl, but
Raiders
I'm
are
going to put them in
hardcore
Raider
tank. Well, they
they're
are so
trash.
bad,
But
dude.
they're trash, though.
The Raiders are down to Desmond Ritter as their quarterback. I thought AOC was going to be out for a while. He just sits a bone bruise, but those are a pain in the fucking ass. They take a bit to heal. I had one over the summer with my sprained ankle, but still, it's like, oh my god,
Desmond Ritter's finding
Desmond Ritter. Oh, dude, they're one step away from Tim Boyle, and then you have the ultimate tank commander, Tampa Bay's division. I don't know how, but they are division. It's so
and they
bad.
had this. Tampa Bay has been hanging by a thread on all
they've been
these
wrecked by
games.
injury. They've lost 4 in a row, and they're suddenly back.
Well, they got a gift win over they got to play the Raiders.
They all get to
Fucking
play
A,
the
dude.
Raiders, dude.
All right, let's bang out some more supers, and then we'll do the last 5 games in one swoop.
Absolutely. Michael Earl, the Buffalo Sabres. Woof. Blowing 4-0 leads. I feel like Buffalo's just Groundhog Day. You just repeat the same shit over and over again. It's like, oh, Buffalo. Yeah, but yeah, they don't hand. It doesn't matter what they do. They just go to shit.
Hey, the Rangers are fucking bad, dude.
The Rangers are
I
a
said
fucking.
they were
They're
okay.
a
It's
soap
time.
opera,
It's
dude.
it's
They're a
time to
soap
panic.
opera.
They got
Dude,
rid of Trouba. They trade Trouba.
They lost to the Blackhawks yesterday. It's getting.
Oh my gosh.
The Rangers is definitely coming back into session.
Mm-hmm.
And now the question is, do you try and trade Zibanejad? Do you try and trade Chris Kreider?
Well, the window's still open. Like they've got to
Well, the
just
window's
figure it
open,
out.
But that might involve a coaching change.
I think that's the next move. Either fire Laviolette's assistants.
No, you're
and
going to
let
fire
the players
Laviolette.
know. Yeah, you got to fire. And who do you bring in? Mike
I'm
Sullivan?
trying to think who else. Bannister could work. Sullivan, I don't know if he's going to be available. I would say, I'm trying to think who else is really
Daryl
more
Suter?
or less available. No, you're not going to hire
Daryl Suter.
Sutter. That dude's a fossil.
I'm fucking. Is Babcock out somewhere? Is he?
No,
floating
they're not
around
going to hire
somewhere?
Babcock. They won't hire Babcock. Like that whole texting thing pretty much ruined his stock. No way.
Yeah. What retread is Dan Blysma available?
No, he's in Seattle. Boudreaux. You could do Barbecue Bruce.
We could do barbecue brute. That's it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like who's better than Laviolette that's out there? Nobody.
You're just looking for change of
Nobody.
philosophy at that rate. Also, 5, are you dead inside? Oh,
Yeah,
he's
I'm
more
not
than
dead.
inside,
Yeah,
man.
I'm not.
But
dead.
just replace Mets with Giants.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dread Prime. Finally got a job offer for a property management position in my job that I've spent the 5 years working my ass for. Thank you, man. Congratulations. Good job, brother.
Congrats, man.
Yeah,
Big
dude.
congrats.
Big congrats. Pop that champagne cork, brother.
Mm-hmm. Pop it, baby.
Soaring Eagle 175. 5, I'd make myself really familiar with the QB in this class because he's going to be your next guy.
Yeah.
That guy's
you're
Cam
right.
Ward. Yep, it's either
Yep,
Cam or
I'm
Shedeur.
telling you. That's who I want. I want Cam Ward. I would love Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart is the most NFL like upside quarterback. I could be wrong. I'm always wrong. But I like Jackson
Drew
Dart.
Aller. If Drew Aller declares, I think he would be an intriguing target for you guys too.
Or Quinn Ewers, but like I just
Ewers, I don't think he's
or-
going to be drafted that high. He might be a
Yeah.
first rounder, but he's not going to be drafted super high. He doesn't have the athleticism that
Give me
a lot of
Cam.
top teams
Give me
want in their
Cam.
quarterback.
The Giants need a full-time quarterback, and it's Cam Ward. Mm-hmm. Yep. You're getting Shedeur, and you're gonna like it. Mm-hmm.
Mickey X.
All right, we got another
you
Utes.
member.
Let's
One
go.
step closer to seeing your butthole. Yay.
Yep, we're gonna see my butthole.
Boo,
see
no
my butthole.
buttholes.
Mhm.
Not for my OnlyFans. JFKH for 5. Niners' biggest what if. Several
Health.
years of Super Bowl contention undone by injuries and Shanahan.
Yeah, Shanahan's a good coach. He's had a lot of bad luck, and they haven't finished. You know, like the 10-point leads in the Super Bowl. Like
The 20
they were to the Chiefs. Yeah, 28-3 was his fault, but like, yeah, Dan Quinn
I mean-
ultimately should get a lot of shit for letting
I
Shanahan
gave him
do all
shit.
that shit.
I gave him shit.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that
Mhm.
about Dan Quinn. I called him a choker since he did it. MKI Sports, the NHL game of the year I'm watching. Pens versus Preds in Nashville on the 19th. NHL early tank bowl game at its finest, dude. Yeah, if you've seen the Predators, dear God, they're fucking terrible. Like they are brutal, and they won the offseason.
Yeah.
Remember they
Are
brought
they
in
too good right now?
Marcia. So they're not even that. Like if it were, I cringe to think how bad they'd be without Saros. Like he's the only reason why they're in any way close to the bottom of the standings. Otherwise,
free
it would
agency doesn't always work.
Well,
Yeah.
the problem is Nashville was always in a situation where it felt like it would have been wise to rebuild, but they never did. They just added on top of a like decaying pile.
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, they've lost Tomasino. He's on waivers. He went to Pittsburgh. Dante Fabro was gone on waivers too, so a lot of their early picks haven't worked out.
How long ago were they in the conference finals? Or they
Last
played
time
in
they
the
were in the Cup was
finals.
17. Yeah, they played in
Yeah,
17.
yeah.
They played the Penguins. They lost. And then they had that President's Trophy in 18, and they just haven't been the same since.
Yeah.
And Crimson
Sad.
Huntsman, a new member for 2 months. Bring out the Jeebus. At least the Atlanta Hawks have been good lately.
Thank you for re-upping. Yep.
About time for the Hawks, man. Brian Gwynn, literally right after the Eagles-Panthers game, cuts to the Giants-Saints game, and I see that Derek Carr injury on the broadcast.
Oh.
Yep, the fractured non-throwing hand. As I said, that might be the season.
That's sad that you get hurt playing in a meaningless game against the fucking Giants. Like neither team.
He was the one who chose to jump
to
over
gain.
a player and dive.
Yeah, neither team had any reason to play that game. It was just because the schedule. It was on the schedule.
I mean, they're getting paid to do it. I mean, it's the athlete mentality. You always want to go out there and play hard. Deaconosis 698. Eagles have never beat Russ, and the Steelers haven't beaten the Eagles at Philly in 60 years. Immovable object versus unstoppable force. Yep. Last time they played in Philly was 16. They got fucking crushed. Carson Wentz. TG for 10. As a New Yorker with no nearby college teams have been getting into college football this year, I'm thinking about supporting either OSU, LSU, Texas, Ole Miss, Miami, or Tennessee. Which team is the least cancerous to support?
God.
Dude, you'd be better
Ole
off
Miss.
just trying to like Russian roulette at that point.
Ole Miss, but you got Lane Kiffin as the coach, right? Texas has a bunch of delusional fans. OSU has obnoxious fans. LSU fan
Well,
can get
LSU
obnoxious.
is Brian Kelly. He's fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, he's obnoxious. This is fucking a setup here. Miami and Tennessee. Tennessee has delusional fan base. Delusional. Gosh, what if someone put a gun to my head?
Probably Ole Miss.
Yeah, I guess Kiffin's gotten tolerable now.
Barely.
Barely. But in terms of success, OSU might be the one that is probably going to win the most games.
Well, the problem is Ryan Day is going to fuck you up in the end.
Clown. Yeah. Ryan Day is a clown.
Just like he did against Michigan. Cost them a first round bye. Trav, also congrats on Soto to the Mets 5.
Let's go. Oh my God.
Dane B. When I did my preseason pick'ems, I had Steelers versus Eagles as a tie. Now with the Eagles drama and Pickens' injury, it might come true. Well, it depends how they respond to the drama. Dude, I hope the drama makes him implode. It would be so great.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how real it is. It's an AJ versus Jalen beef, but we'll see. Brandon Graham, like, I don't know if he just said too much or just said it weirdly, but But their passing game's just, it's not good so far. Like, it's been bad for the last month.
Yep.
Trav for 5. As a Marlins fan, the NL East ain't going to be fun over the next few years. Then again, being a Marlins fan hasn't been fun since 2003 when I was born. Dude, they're blowing it up for the 5th time in franchise history. I mean, I'm surprised.
Gosh, you're my kid's age.
Watch.
You're my kid's age.
21.
You're 21. Yep.
Brandon Brock, how true this is, I don't know because of Twitter, but the apparent rumored candidates for Bears head coach are Vrabel, Flores, Joe Brady, and Ben Johnson. And they will probably end up with Cliff Kingsbury because it's the Bears.
Yeah, you need an offensive-minded or at least you need a coordinator that can develop Williams. I don't mind Vrabel. Like, Vrabel's just a good head coach. He knows how to pick an assistant. But, like, remember when they were in Tennessee, they had a very uncreative.
His buddies.
Yeah,
that's the problem. So he's got to be careful.
It was a very uncreative offense.
Like, he's a good coach, but is he going to mesh well with Caleb Williams.
No,
That's the
Williams.
question.
He's going to yell at Williams and he's going to cry. Like Williams is literally going to cry as soon as Brian Flores yells at him, and that's not good. Like Brian Flores would work well with, like, if he was the Jets coach, like Brian Flores would probably do well because he would just be like, Aaron, run the offense. I'm going to yell at the defense, you know. But no one's working with Aaron Rodgers.
No, Aaron Rodgers, he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Brock, Virginia and George are immortal. They are inevitable.
Yes,
my friend.
they are inevitable, like Thanos.
And mustard face Chiefs satanic. Oh,
Yes,
their devil
they are.
magic is very potent. It is a
It's
dark art of
unreal.
wizardry.
I cannot wait until they get exposed in the playoffs. That shit is, their luck is going to run out and everyone is going to celebrate.
Well, the reality is that I see a lot of like the past bullshit of the Steelers in them. It's like, this is not sustainable. Like either you got to get your shit together or you're going to flame out.
Matt
Now just
Nagy
watch
is
them
the
get their shit together and go to the Super Bowl because we know how this goes. Let's fuck everything. And Marco, my Rams pull off the bullshit on the Bills. The special teams unit and my king Puka Nakua were spectacular. The high-end talent was buzzing. We're going to beat the deadbeat Niners on Thursday Night Football. Go Rams. The bullshit is real. The Rams single-handedly just jump-started a potential playoff push with that win. That's crazy to think. Got two more, and then we'll get back to it. Crew Kid 52. Yes. Oh, I was given tickets to last night Rangers game 2. The vibes are fucking rancid with that team. The Blackhawks are also in a good state, too. They just fired their head coach. Connor Bedard doesn't have consistent line mates. I don't think Kyle Davidson's doing that good of a job either. So it's a mess for both teams.
Yep.
Inch on DM. MN here. Did you guys know they let you score a ton in the fourth? Crazy stuff. Got to try more of this closing out games. Please pray for my mom, dude.
Yeah, we're praying for your mom, buddy. Yep, we will pray for your mom.
All right, let's get.
Is that it?
Game. Yep, that's
all right. Seahawks, Cardinals. The Seahawks, are they division?
They are.
With this win,
they are division. They're leading by a lead, and the Cardinals just fucked themselves. Hell. They are football hell. Losing that game was brutal. That might cost them a playoff chance. And Kyler Murray is still the cock tease. He threw a bunch of really bad picks in the first half, and they undid them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the question is, I don't know if Kyler's your future in Arizona. He's talented, but he doesn't have consistency.
The Bears and the Niners are injured all to shit, and they still somehow win because the Bears are
so bad. Here's the stat you need to know. San Francisco over 300 yards of offense in the first half. The Bears, guess how many yards they had?
I don't know, like 10?
4. Actually, put the Bears in Raiders level trash. They've lost 7 in a row.
Bad.
Put them fucking down there. They're
terrible.
not.
They don't have. Yeah, and they don't have a draft. They don't have
down.
a high lottery pick or whatever.
They're 4 and 4-9 or 4-8.
Fucking.
They're so bad.
Eberluz is gone. They have a special teams coach. He started the team
Thomas
as the
Brown.
He started the year as the team's janitor.
Consultant. He was the former offensive coordinator in last year with Reich and the Panthers. He did not do well. But the reason is, it's like, oh yeah, we've killed everyone else off. Here, take the role, and it'll probably get assassinated at the end of the year. It's like being a Roman emperor during like the year of the 5 emperors or some shit like that.
Yeah,
it's like here, be the emperor. It's like, oh fuck, congratulations.
At one point, they sold the emperor position to the highest bidder, and then the military would have just killed the emperor. And then it was like in GTA when you pay the prostitute and then beat the crap out of her and get your money,
and then
back.
Run her over with the car.
Yeah. Oh, you did? You ran her over with the car?
I think that's what a lot of people did.
Yeah. I mean,
well, sometimes it'd be nice and let them live. I mean, dude, the hookers are just doing their thing. They're just you see them just stand there and you see the car tilt over left and right a couple times. It's like, this isn't fun. Yeah. And then it just ends, and then she leaves. You lose a couple bucks, and then
you follow her with the bat. No, you follow her with the bat, and then you just poof, and she's like, oh.
And then
all right, Bills Rams. This was a great game. Great game. Bills are still
defense
Super
need not
Bowl.
apply. They're still Super Bowl, but Sean McDermott is
that was
quarterback sneak. You have all 3 timeouts, and then you burn a timeout when you don't get it. You ended the game right there, dude. You lost 40 seconds.
Hell? Yeah,
they are still in football hell for the time being. One more win, they will get to wild card, but they saved their season with that win. If they lost, they were done.
Chiefs Devil Magic is real. Yes, they're a
Yep,
Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, they are Masters, and Chargers are wild card.
Yep.
I mean, that's a
We
brutal
don't have
loss, but
any
that is
wild
definitely
card
a
teams.
Chargers loss.
Yep.
Well, they're all in bye. That's the problem.
Yeah, they were all in bye. And then Bengals, Cowboys. Bengals are football hell.
The Cowboys. Oh, dude. As I said, the loss wasn't even the worst part. Zach Martin's career might be over. He's on IR.
Mm-hmm.
And DeMarvion Overshown, who's pretty much the only good thing for the Cowboys this year. Shattered ACL, MCL, and PCL. Full knee reconstruction needed. He might be out all of next year, too. That put them in Raiders trash. They're just fucking trash. Put them in trash. Jerry's
I
boy
hate
is like,
hearing that.
yeah, it's very terrible. Jerry boy like, oh, I need my football. Yeah, you're going all
I
in.
want me some
All in
glory
their
hole.
ass, no comma. That's what it is.
Yep. No comma, baby. And then the Bengals. Okay, so we got them both in football
Yep.
hell. Read that last super, and
Yep,
then we'll
for-
rank these
Mr.
by
Jared
teams.
Froman. Have the Giants infected the other New York sports teams with derpitis? Look at the Jets and Sabres and the Bills defense. And Sean McDermott.
Yeah. Sean McDermott himself. All right, Ravens. Are they wild card?
They're wild card.
Because the Steelers are now division.
Yep.
Broncos are wild card.
Wild card. Texans
Texans are division.
But shouldn't
Colts
be.
are
They're
football.
still. I mean, they're close, but they're still 2 games behind.
Patriots are either tankful
yeah, they're tankful.
or
I think they're
Megatron.
third.
Yeah, they're contenders.
and
then
Commies are
Washington
wild
is a
card.
wild card.
Yep, as I said, all the wild card
All right.
teams were on bye this week.
Let's go.
Yeah, buddy. And I
Okay,
think
we have
that's
made
it.
a show.
We've made
Yes.
we have done a show. We have baked a cake.
We've done a show. Let's bake the
Yeah,
cake.
buddy.
Thank you,
Buddy.
everyone, for all the members. And Jared Froman tries to sneak one in. And the New
And the
York
New York
Rangers. Thank
Whoa.
the New York Rangers. The tier is done. Thanks to the mods, and thanks for all the hundos and the gritties. And we will see you on Thursday for Clickbait Sports, and next Tuesday with Brickner trying to sneak one in here.
Yep.
Is a Cowboys player who muffed block
Block
punt
punt.
Falcao.
Amani or Warrior. Oh yeah. It's him and Kadarius Tony who are locals. I believe.
Yeah, Tony's a locale for sure.
Yeah.
Peace out, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Let's play him
See you
out.
guys.
Let's play us
Bye.
out.